Hello, everyone.
Все, повалился.
After the major gas incident at the Moscow subway station, inspecting the pipeline's ventilation system and potential sources of ignition will be especially important. In rugged mountainous areas, every heavy rainstorm pushes the risk of landslides to its highest level. Luckily, this time, the only thing damaged was the umbrella. Satan had his eyes on this car. What do you think? Was this an unfortunate accident, or were they just filming? The EF2 tornado in Orange left behind an estimated 3.9 million in damage, even though it only swept through the area for a short time. What you're seeing isn't a lightning strike. It could be an electrical arc caused by equipment being affected by the storm. Initial reports indicate that Flight 4406 veered off the runway. The exact cause will need to be determined through technical data and weather conditions. In less than a week, earthquakes measuring over 7 on the Richter scale struck from Colombia to Indonesia, causing significant damage, despite the fact that these two countries are half a world apart. On August 13, 2026, wildfires broke out in Omiš and Lokva Rogoznica, Croatia, spreading across nearly 1,000 hectares in just 4 hours and approaching residential areas. This scene must have kept Riverside families up at night, because sometimes a small crack in the yard can be a sign that the riverbank is gradually collapsing. After this unbelievable escape, he should thank God that he made it out safely. The man wasn't seriously injured after the fall, but the situation shows why people shouldn't approach cattle that are stressed or agitated. Do you think the driver wasn't paying attention, or did she accidentally enter the blind spot, leaving neither side aware of the danger?
Mila o kadar çok ki.
That's strange. It looks like the ground is breathing. Did anyone else just get goosebumps like me? If so, don't forget to leave a like for this unbelievable moment. I have no idea what he was trying to do. Initial reports estimated that this educational facility suffered more than $336,000 in damage, not including the books and memories swept away by the floodwaters in Indonesia. Latest news from Indonesia. On August 15, 2026, a magnitude 7.7 earthquake shook the waters offshore at a depth of about 9 miles.
Aduh. Aduh, Om Firman. Om Firman. Aduh. Aduh, Om Firman.
The ice on a reservoir near Gorodet suddenly broke apart, nearly burying a group of fishermen. Luckily, their teammates quickly pulled them to safety. Be honest, did you lean to one side while watching this? The unusual collision was caught on camera on a road in Russia. In your opinion, how much should the driver be fined after this dangerous incident, or should his license be temporarily suspended? Watching those cars being pushed away really shows how powerful floodwater can be. Just about 12 inches of fast-moving water can sweep away a small vehicle in Romania. Storm waves kept pounding the ship with water covering the windows and making the scene outside look like a raging sea. I'm sure next time they won't dare stand out in the street talking anymore after this. This old man just refused to stop drinking his coffee even while the earthquake was shaking everything around him. The storm winds in New Orleans were strong enough to knock a freight train off a high bridge. Luckily, it wasn't a passenger train. So he moved 2 cars over to the side of the road without asking their owners for permission. No cape, no superpowers. The hero on this ride only needed quick reflexes and a pair of hands always ready to help. Watching the roof get blown away shows why windows aren't a safe place to be when a major storm hits. Take shelter in an interior room instead. With the cargo stacked so high, bridge clearance is just as important as the 62 mph limit. One wrong measurement is all it takes to bring the entire road to a standstill. I'd gladly rent this train and bring it home as long as my wife doesn't have to wrestle with all that snow on the roof by herself. This is a simulation experiment of a tsunami, about 3.3 feet high, carried out to observe the power and impact of moving water on people. I want to know, did the umpire call that ball or strike? Okay, you just got a picture you'll remember for the rest of your life. Did anyone notice how indifferent the guy in the white shirt was? Even though the scene looks quite intense, the good news is that the driver got out of the vehicle safely and suffered no serious injuries. This is the moment a 6,000-volt underground cable short-circuited after being struck by an excavator, creating a bright electrical arc. Did you notice how quickly the seawater was rising? This is footage of the tsunami in Indonesia following the magnitude 7.7 earthquake on August 15th, 2026.
Yang pemerintah na itu na.
Are there any car experts here who can identify the model? All I know is that it's floating better than a lot of boats I've ever seen. Just one more split second, and the motorcyclist could have been in serious danger. Quick reflexes and a little luck kept him safe.
Hombre, espérate, el tren se va a llevar un carro.
Sálgase.
Sí, no.
When your vehicle gets stuck on the tracks, get out immediately and call emergency services instead of trying to save your property.
El tren se llevó un carro y no, está bien, por el Gutiérrez, ¿cuál Gutiérrez?
The sound of the tree cracking was the final warning, giving them just enough time to run away before the entire tree came crashing down. In Pukri, India, part of a mountainside suddenly collapsed, sending a massive flow of rocks and earth down the slope to the shock of onlookers. What you're seeing isn't a thunderstorm, but an electrical arc erupting from a substation experiencing a serious malfunction. If you still think eating outdoors is more fun, watch this whole video before making a reservation. Maybe an indoor restaurant suddenly sounds a lot more appealing.
Sparse, selective use of the C word versus liberal use.
On Hicks Road, Georgia, a female driver took a turn too fast, lost control, hit a utility pole, and brought down the entire power line system.
Oh my God!
Look closely. Several roofs were blown away almost at the same time, showing just how strong and rapidly changing the wind direction was. Spokane, Washington was left with a devastating scene after wildfires burned more than 8,000 acres and destroyed at least 700 structures. The couple only wanted a romantic wedding, but the wind decided to join the party and turn their big day into an unforgettable memory. What do you call a bigger shrimp? The best real-life alarm system I've ever seen. He missed one brick underneath. After watching this, you'll never look at the person behind the camera the same way again. If you had been in Brazil on March 31st, 2026, would you have noticed that this retaining wall was about to collapse in front of the inspection team? What you're witnessing is an electrical arc erupting when electrical workers tried to open a damaged 480V three-phase CT cabinet. A storm can form incredibly fast. When wind gusts exceed 62 many-titan, even heavy-duty trucks can be knocked over. Luckily, no one was injured, but the incident on San Pedro Barrientos shows that drivers of tall vehicles need to pay special attention to overhead wires. I feel like his smile caused all of this. This moment makes me believe that luck really does exist. What about you? Let me know in the comments. The first thing that came to your mind when you watched this. Behind these flooded homes lies a big question. How many more extreme rainstorms can the drainage system withstand? Did you notice that this family has a lot of gold jewelry? Wishing you steady hands behind the wheel, strict adherence to the speed limit, and safe journeys, especially when driving on the highway. The cause of the accident is still under investigation. It's a reminder for all drivers to slow down and pay close attention when approaching checkpoints. He can consider this an expensive lesson. His irresponsible actions nearly caused serious consequences and resulted in a loss of nearly $80,000. The twin earthquakes in Kahramanmaraş were a disaster that shocked the entire world, and they are also considered the largest natural disaster in Turkey since 1939. Share your thoughts in the comments and turn on notifications, because nature always has a way of surprising us every day. This is a common issue in developing countries where transportation systems still need more time and resources to improve. They wanted a memorable wedding, and nature helped make that wish come true in a way that no one on the organizing team could have planned. He's so cute. Look closely. Can you see Pikachu swimming underwater? It's actually a yellow sea slug discovered in Japan. Thanks for staying with us until the very end. Hit subscribe today so you don't miss the next memorable moments.